Do these three things and you'll crush your annual goals. Hey guys, Coach Matt here. So I'm going to give you in this video an inside look at exactly how I plan my year. With that said, let's dive right in. Okay, number one, establish clarity. You must think about what is it that you really want. I love the month of December. That's a great month to make time to reflect on what is it that you want. And even if you're watching this video in January, don't worry. You could sit down for an hour and think about this. Plenty of time to establish clarity on what is it that you want. And if you're not sure where to start, you can try the Ikigai exercise. If you've never heard of Ikigai, here's mine. I'm going to put links to all these things that I'm showing you in this video today in the description and the notes. But the Ikigai is an exercise that you start by filling in around the outside circles. What is it that you love? What is it that the world needs? What is it that you can be paid for? And what is it that you're good at? And you take some time, maybe 20, 30 minutes, to fill in some words or phrases that resonate with you and go around the outside edges. And then you can start to fill in the gaps in the overlap. So the intersection between, for example, what you love and what the world needs could be your mission, and so forth. And then you get your vocation, profession, and passion, ultimately arriving at the words that appear most frequently, or phrases, will be in the center of your Ikigai. And this is something that I usually look at least once a month. I just did my most recent revision at the end of the year, but roughly, depending on how often you want to do it, it will change over time. But every month or every quarter, and certainly at least once a year, you should be looking at your Ikigai and making sure that what you're doing and what your goals are is in alignment with what it is that really is your purpose. Okay? So number one is establish clarity with a period of reflection and an exercise like the Ikigai exercise. Number two, once you have that done, is to set goals. So it's important to choose like 3 to 7 different categories for your goals. Categories such as business, personal, finance, relationships, fitness. Inside my free course, I have an entire course, mini course, on this, how to do that, how to identify the categories that resonate with you the most. There are many different models of them. So I have a video explaining all the different potential models of health and ultimately helping you create your own. So ultimately you want to settle on, let's just say 3 to 5, maybe 7 categories. And you want to make your goals SMART goals. And if you've never heard of SMART goals, right there, it shows what SMART stands for, right? So if your goals are not specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, or time-bound, then you're not likely to achieve them. And let me show you why. On the next slide, I have some examples, okay? So, for example, one of my goals this year is to grow my online community, but if my written goal is just grow my online community, well then that's not very specific or measurable, and there's no time bound there either, right? So this is a not smart example of that goal, but here is a smart example. Grow my community by 500 members by the end of the year. Very measurable, very actionable, and then I can work backwards with what is it that I need to do every month, every week, and every day to get there by the end of December. In the category of weight loss, this is not a SMART goal. Lose weight and get in shape. That's not very likely to lead you anywhere specific. However, if you specify that goal and put a timeline on it, that increases the urgency and the reality and the practicality of your action steps that you need to take to get there. Okay? So number 2 is to set very clear goals. Okay? Next slide. Plan and schedule. Okay, this is the third thing that you need to crush your goals in 2024. Now, everyone has a different process for this, and there are many different tools that you can use, and I use several tools myself. I'll talk about some of them now, but really it's not the tools that are important. What's most important is that you schedule your goals and the activities that will lead to them, plan for them, prioritize for them, and then get them on your calendar and do them. So here's how I break it down, okay? Every month, I review and reflect what went well from the month before, what didn't go well from the month before, and what I learned. And I actually write these answers to these questions down, okay? And I do that in Notion, okay? And then after that reflection, I prioritize what are the most important few projects that I need to do the current month, okay? Less is more, so typically for number of projects in any given month, it might be 3 or 5, but probably not 10 or 15. Okay. On a weekly basis, you must schedule the time for these actions. So let me give you a quick look at how this looks for myself. Right, so here is the Notion page that I referred to. And I have my goals here, okay? And then you have to put these things on your calendar. I haven't done that yet because it's only January 2nd. I've done a few. But if you don't block time for these things, then it's not going to happen. So you must set boundaries and focus, right? Typically, if you can get in 2 hours a day of deep work, at least on your professional goals, that's fantastic. If it's a fitness goal, if it's such as going to the gym, you've got to put that on your calendar. If it's a health goal, like in terms of nutrition and diet, in terms of going shopping or cooking, put that on your calendar too. Okay, and then on a daily basis, the process that I recommend is every night, the night before when you go to bed, set your agenda for the following morning. Okay, that could be maybe 3 to 6, maybe 10 things that you need to do, but typically like 6 to 7 is best. Okay, when you plan that out the night before, you're much more likely to wake up in the morning and do those things. Okay, there are a few different ways to manage your tasks on a day, during the day, on a day, such as using tasks in Google Calendar or daily habit trackers. I have one. Depending on the task, you may want to use one of those things. I'll put a few links at the end. And then the other thing is in the morning when you wake up, very important to at least take a minute, even if you're not into meditation, to set your intention for the day. You've already got your agenda set out from the night before, but then, take a look at your personal Ikigai and or your 2.0 document. That's something else that I have in my course that I'll speak about in a moment. And make sure that what you're going to do this day is aligned with those goals. Okay. So, again, keeping this video under 10 minutes, inside my free online community, I've got a whole bunch of mini courses and guidance on specifically how to do some of these things that we talked about on the nitty gritty nuance level. Okay. So I'd love for you to check that out and join. But even if you don't, remember, number 1, establish clarity. Number 2, set your goals with SMART goals. And number 3, plan and schedule them out. If you do those 3 things, you'll definitely crush your goals in 2025. If you need additional help, I hope you can join us and hop in. It's completely free if you're a busy parent. So check us out. Don't just take my word for it, of course. As you can see, we've got lots of parents crushing it in there. And I've got the link below. The link is in my bio. And thank you for watching. So let's kick it off. Let's crush 2025 together and follow these 3 steps and you'll get there.